Here. Come on, Rowan, here. Round of applause. It's 5 o'clock. It is, what date is this? What do you got? The 11th. Oh, it's my sister. Happy birthday to Kathy McLaughlin, my sister. And it's the Art Commission meeting. It's going to be kicked off. I'm not going to make you sing, but Rowan McDonald, who's starring at the Whidbey Playhouse for the Christmas extravaganza, kind of like the stock market where they have a guest ring the bell. Mm-hmm. You get to pound that gavel and just say, I now call this meeting to order. Yes.
I now call this meeting to order. Very good. Thank you.
You'll be able to see Rowan sing this coming weekend. And when's the show end?
The 21st.
The 21st. Make sure you get your tickets at the Whidbey Playhouse, Christmas extravaganza. And when you hear him sing, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, you'll tear up. All right. Now that the meeting's been called to order, we'll start off with the roll call. Carla Friend in her last meeting. Okay. J.R. Russell, chair, here. Robert Sanders. Come sit over here, dude. I don't know, bring your name over here. Because then we can whisper around and stuff like that. All right, especially when we're talking about Rowan. Okay, Valerie Steely. Did we hear from Valerie? Negative, she's not here. Cynthia Mason, vice chair. Tracy Davidson. Therese Kingsbury, not here. Reese Wassinger, our student member, she's not here. She's probably doing something important. And Councilmember Chris Wigenstein.
Here.
Okay. With that, we're coming up to the agenda. The first thing I want to do on the agenda is take item B, the Creative Arts Foundation presentation, and move that. And I just wanted to be noted that Valerie Steely is coming in, so everyone just stare. Okay. We'll move the Creative Arts Foundation and make that 5A, and then Elise, with the art project proposal for the Marina flags, we'll move that to B. And that's only because Creative Arts Foundation, they have more peoples. Anybody else have any additions or corrections to the agenda? Everybody happy with that change? All in favor? Okay, we're doing that. Agenda's approved. Did everyone have a chance to look at the minutes for the November 13th? Do I have a motion to approve the Oh, you're going to, that means, yeah, go ahead.
I make a motion to accept the meeting notes from our last meeting as they stand.
A second.
Of course you do. All in favor? Aye, okay. So the minutes are approved. The agenda's approved. Public comment. Do we have any public comment?
We're going to have the lawyers talk, but they're going to talk to the agenda items, so.
Okay. No that means no public comments? Public comment going once, going twice, we're done. So now we'll move on to our discussion action items in 5A, the new 5A, the Creative Arts Foundation presentation.
So I'm going to stand up and walk over there because I'm going to take this hat off and put that one on for a few minutes.
Go up to the podium, state your name.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cynthia Mason, as I sit on the Arts Commission, but I also am president and chair of the Oak Harbor Creative Arts Foundation, and I want to thank the commission and staff for giving us this time to officially introduce ourselves to you. We did do a presentation to City Council back in April, but we thought it was appropriate to get in front of you because we're going to be asking for some support here in the future. So we were formed back in 2019. Therese Kingsbury recruited me then to the Arts Commission, and Roderick Gagnon was the then chairperson. And after about a year of being on the council or commission, we saw a need for a nonprofit that could partner with and cultivate a relationship with the city that wasn't in place. And we relate that idea to, like, the school foundation has their relation with the district, the center has their relationship with the senior center. And lo and behold, our pandemic hit and things slowed down a bit. But we also didn't see the support needed from the municipality at that point. So Roderick and I decided to take the steps to form this nonprofit on our own. And that took a few years. We got our EIN number in 2021, and there was some paperwork. We had a little hiccup in that process during that time, and we did gain our 501c3 designation in 2024. I want to introduce the board members. You're not going to just hear from me tonight. I want you to hear their voices. Again, my name is Cynthia Mason. I've got Vice President Larry Mason is in the audience. Lisa Sanchez is our secretary. She's still at work, so she couldn't be with us. Kathy Rockwell is our treasurer. Tiffany Scribner is here. She's part of our board. Lynn Goebel is here. Anna Edwards is also on our team, but she cannot be here tonight. Greg Goebel is in the room. And Margaret should be walking in pretty soon because she has a big part in reading some of this for us. Margaret Kroom was our newest member as outreach. I'm going to read our mission, and then, like I said, I'll pass it over here after a few slides go by. So if you can, oh, I have the clicker. I always forget that. Which one is this one? Can I do it?
You gotta put the over button.
Over. Okay, there we go. So our mission is to create space and opportunities to learn and share, fostering growth and expression. Our vision is that we see the future of Oak Harbor area as a thriving, holistic arts district, creative people, artistic spaces, and year-round opportunities, promoting discovery, economic growth, and the well-being of our community. Our value proposition is the Oak Harbor Creative Arts Foundation is building an environment that ensures access to the arts while partnering and collaborating with our community. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about the impact of the arts because that's an area where we've overlapped in the last couple of years. As you've developed your art plan, we've studied those statistics as well. So we're just going to kind of move past that. And I am going to bring up Larry for just a quick talk on one of our first initiatives, which is to see a performing arts and events center built in Oak Harbor. That's the button. You get two screens.
Very nice. My name's Larry Mason, and yeah, thank you for letting us do this. We're very happy to do this. We are talking about building a performing arts center. That's our mission in Oak Harbor. And there's a couple of very similar projects that are already in place that we're looking at right now. The ones in the slide right here is the McIntosh Hall, which is in Mount Vernon, and I believe that's over 20 years old now. McIntyre, yeah, thank you. And yeah, you know, Mount Vernon has a little bit more population. And by the way, speaking of Mount Vernon, our hearts really are going out to the people that are really being devastated by this.
McIntyre Hall might float here by tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So anyway, though, I just want to make sure we did recognize what's going on there. Even in the city of Oak Harbor, I mean, there's people with basements that are flooding and all kinds of things going on. So we're happy, we're all here and we're safe. But this is a great performing arts center and community events center where they hold all kinds of functions. And the other one that we really looked at a lot was the well, actually, this is kind of just a rendition that Stig Carlson did of, what a building possibly would look like in downtown Oak Harbor, but that by no means is anything but just a placeholder for this. But we are looking at a maybe 500-seat auditorium and with space for, again, something that could host functions, feed 200 or 300 people at a festival of trees or something like that maybe in the future. But the other one that was really probably the newest one in the state is the one that's in Port Angeles, and that is the, did I hit it too many times? Oh, it is, it's right there on that first slide. So, and this is the Field Performing Arts Center, and Port Angeles probably has less of a population than the city of Oak Harbor, but they built a state-of-the-art, beautiful building there, and I might even say that the project manager that built this building happens to have the same last name as Lynn and Greg Goebel, and I believe it is their son that actually did the project managing on that, so congratulations on that. Oh, look at this young man. I recognize him. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. This is Caesar, right?
Yes.
I'm Larry.
Nice to meet you.
Maybe we'll get them to come up here and maybe he'll be brave enough to say something when we're done with our presentation. So, and I think that's all I really have to say is Tiffany Scribner maybe would like to get up here and. Oh, look at that. There's even notes.
That's how I do it too, Larry.
Tiffany.
I'm right here. Thank you so much. I'm Tiffany Scribner, and I just want to say thank you again for your time and your thoughts this evening, your space to talk to you. I'm here to talk to you about the Makerspace, which is one of our other major goals as a foundation, is to create a makerspace here in Oak Harbor. You can see there's some different concepts up there. Those photos are mostly taken from the Barn, which is on Bainbridge, and this is a creative arts group that has come together and provides space with the tools and the expertise for instruction and exploration for artists and community members who are creatively so inclined. These spaces, I'm talking to a group of people who care about the arts, so I don't need to go into why these spaces are important the way that I might in another meeting, but these spaces are important for all ages. And we believe that a makerspace is something that could bring our community together and bring generations of people together, provide a space for the people who are already on Whidbey, who are fabulous, amazing artists, to share their knowledge with people who want to learn, as well as provide a space for showcasing those arts in our community. The ultimate amazing brainchild is that this would be something that people could come in, educate themselves, educate others, take classes, learn skills, and then have a space to also sell the products and the artistic, creative talent that comes out of that. This maker space would, the funding would feed into all that the foundation is trying to do with the Performing Arts Center as well. And at this time, we have mostly been gaining an understanding of what kinds of spaces exist in our state that already are doing this. There is no cookie cutter model for a makerspace, is what I've learned over the last couple of years. These come into existence by a million different ways, but it's usually a foundation or a group of people who care about them and want to see them happen. And we are trying to stay open to what this might look like and how we might come into it while we gather materials and support from our community and information about exactly what our community needs the most in a makerspace. And I believe now I will be passing it off to Lynn to talk about the feasibility study and capital campaign. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to put my glasses on. Okay. Hi, my name is Lynn Goebel, and it's an honor to be here and to talk to all of you. And yes, thank you, Larry, for that shout out to our son. It was an incredible opportunity to see the Port Angeles, that facility, and it just makes you think, oh my goodness, what would it look like over here in Oak Harbor to have a building like that in the capacity? So, but the first thing that we need to be able to do is to have a feasibility study. And when we made this presentation to City Council, was it in April of last year? We said we had to raise $35,000 to be able to sort of, the first thing when you go out for a project like this is you need to have a feasibility study. And so I'm very happy to say that phase has been completed. And a month ago, we interviewed 6 different organizations that were interested in doing the feasibility study for us. So we have selected Campaign Council, and they will be in town next week to start the process for the feasibility study. So we are very excited about having that phase 1 of something like this completed. Phase 1 is just the feasibility study to see if the community would like to see this happen. You know, everything starts with a dream, and so it's to see if other people are interested in seeing that this dream. Yeah, yes.
So there is, we all know about the rec hall feasibility study going on in town right now, and that price tag is a little different than $35,000. So just to clarify, when we're referring to phase 1, Lynn referred to community support. It also will mean donor capacity. So that's the only 2 things we want to do with the $35,000 price tag versus a $280,000 price tag for a full-blown feasibility study, which should get the city and that CAB board to a blueprint for a rec hall. So that's just to clarify where the price tag is.
Thank you. All right. And so, yeah. So, okay, thank you very much.
I'll be here.
Okay. You want me to be my clipper? Okay, hi, I'm going to be, okay. So aligning the mission for the greater impact. So the goal with our organization is to make sure we're aligned as you guys have done your feasibility study and that we're working together and seeing that partnership. Okay. You, I'm like, I did teach reading. Okay, here we go. That we're aligned. It's fun to have a presentation that, that our missions are aligned, which I think that they are, and that we know, I think all of these folks sitting on this council know the power of art and how art makes a strong community. So we know that, and look at our young people that are here because they're working for being Mr. Oak Harbor and having the arts, and I think we have some thespians in the group and the power. And I will sort of interject that I know about the Oak Harbor High School when we were working to try to have a performing arts center when we passed that bond in 2006. We wanted to have a bigger building for you guys, but we just didn't get the voters to be behind us at that time. But I know that sub is the busiest building in Oak Harbor. Would you guys give me a thumbs up? Is it the busiest building in Oak Harbor? Would you like a bigger building and more opportunities? That's why we're doing what we're doing, okay? They were great. Okay, now, the mission of the City of Oak Harbor Arts. So I read that today. You guys, it was fun to see that planned. Okay, so we know that our goal is to foster the arts and cultural programs, to coordinate and strengthen new and existing art organizations, and to build partnerships, because we all know that things happen through strong partnership and the power of community coming together to make things happen. And so we feel that our mission aligns with the mission of this commission. So that sounded mission, commission, that we're all aligned together. How is that? Yeah, and that vision, right, that vision. And so as the Art Commission, we hope that you will take an opportunity to learn more about us. And it says we're focused on the same partnership. Okay. Yeah, you're giving me the clip. Yes. Okay. And our partnership gives you the tools to do exactly that with measurable outcomes, verifiable economic impact, job creation, and tangible improvements in community well-being. All right. Together, we can achieve more than any of us could independently. I love that statement. Let's make our vision a reality. Okay. I only thought I was doing one slide, okay? So, she's a primary. So thank you very much. And yes, together we can make anything happen is what I believe. Okay, young people.
And I'll end our presentation, I'm sorry Margaret isn't here, but I'll end is in cultivating, or the idea of cultivating our relationship with the Arts Commission the city by way of the Arts Commission, we hope we could step into something formal, as formal as a memorandum of understanding as these other entities have in place. So we're here tonight to seek your support to mosey on down that road and try to get in front of council at a special session to discuss just that, a memorandum of understanding to deepen that relationship. So thank you.
Every year, the winners of the Mr. O'Carber competition select a organization to support for 1 year. And when we found out about this organization, I think we can all agree, us three and the three that aren't with us today, that we were all very excited at the idea of making the arts a more accessible part of our community and opening it up to more people. So we have selected the O'Carber Creative Arts Foundation as our service project to support for the next year through fundraising, advertising, and any volunteering or other help that you need from us.
Thank you.
I'm Caesar Vigil. I'm the teen second prince for this year's Mr. O'Carber.
I'm Rowan McDonald. I'm the teen first prince for this year's Mr. O'Carber.
I am Kenneth Hendricks. I am the Mr. O'Carber this year.
And I think I'm on. I want to thank you guys for being here today. It means a lot. And meaning the Creative Arts Foundation, will be attending their meeting in January to see how we can partner together moving forward to achieve their goals. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Wait, don't leave yet. I just got to get a picture of you guys standing around there. Okay. Okay, so that's over to us now. Thank you. In your non-other hat, I would like thank you for putting on your hat and going up there. And the stars have aligned pretty well on this. And the reason why I say that is because you guys are aware that we have an art plan. And the whole symbol of the art plan is right there on the, it's got an acorn, and I keep saying it's just the seed that's been planted. And we walked and we briefed, we gave a presentation to the chamber. We gave one to the Seroptimus. We gave one to the school district. And yesterday we gave one to Main Street. And the one slide that I was showing everybody was the Art Commission. If you look at that, like where TS is, if that circle represented the Art Commission, the BC would represent the creative, you guys. There is no intersection. We have an intersection with the school district because we have a school representative right on the desk with us. And after we briefed them, and everybody was very excited, so we said we're going to form a subcommittee off of that just with the school district because they intersect. So why not formalize it with a subcommittee so that we can do, so Robert has stepped up to take that role because he looks like a kid anyways. And then we went, and yesterday we talked to Main Street, and we're all excited about the same things. Everybody's got the same level of passion and excitement. And we walked out of there, and I said, well, we just formed a subcommittee, because they said, we could come to some art commission meetings. And I'm like, well, we could come to some of your meetings. And then as we walked out of there, Tracy walked out and said, I'll go to their meeting on the 15th. And I'm like, better than that, we'll just make another subcommittee, so, because as long as our circles are going to intersect, why don't we, so at least you can go to Whidbey Coffee or other coffee place of your choice and talk. And the next logical step would be, because I was, on our presentation, I said the Creative Arts Foundation, I had no idea how big you were, how big you're going to get, and you're the same thing. You're like another Acorn thing. No idea where this is going, but it's something we want to be involved in. So my first thing is I'm going to form another subcommittee. And we'd pick one of us that we'd love to just keep interfacing with you as it's going on, know what you're doing, so you know what we're doing, and see if there's something that we can help you with. And, so that'll be the next thing of business, aside from what you pointed to me. Which hat are you pointing to me with?
No, I'm just pointing out the statement in the plan about.
It says we're going to do more formally but nicer than what I said, right? Support capacity building for local arts organizations and consider partnerships with the 501c3 organization to capture state, and mine was better. I thought mine. So we want to do that. And Tracy.
This is directed to either Cynthia or one of the board members out here, is love this, obviously. What is your specific ask of this group up here tonight?
Can I answer from here?
Ma'am.
Everybody must go down to the podium. So the ask tonight is to gain your full support, again, to move forward with the thought of entering into an MOU by way of presenting this to council, be it in a special session that they have in January or at a workshop. So before doing that, we need to make sure that you're behind us in what we're doing.
So I could make a motion that we would like to proceed with an MOU to be discussed at the council meeting in January.
Yeah, I would say in the future, Councilman, I wouldn't give a specific date
In a future, yes, what Chris said. Future council meeting, because I know you were having your one workshop, the sooner the better, but yes, I would make a motion that we'd have a MOU to go forward to council and be backed by us. Anyone want to second that?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, unanimously.
I have to recuse myself from the vote with my commissioner's hat on.
Tracy, Carla.
Thank you, you guys, for bringing this to our attention, Cynthia, of course. I think it's very exciting, and I hope that it comes to fruition.
Anybody else have anything? Thanks for coming out. And yes, and you're, yeah, it's a lot more exciting after that. No, you can go because you'll be able to check us on TV. It'll be on Facebook or something like that. You can, I mean, but you won't get the bloopers. So again, thank you for coming. I'm, Rowan, a little disappointed you didn't sing for us, but Caesar, Kenneth, you guys, thanks a lot. Do you have a curfew? Don't you have to go home and do homework or something like that? You guys are welcome to leave. So again, thank you for coming. And it just let it go down, it was unanimous that our commission wanted that.
Yeah, I have an abstention.
It was mostly unanimous with one abstention. All right. So, is everybody happy? You want to move on to 5B?
Yes, please.
Elise, you ready? All right, because now we're going to talk about an art project proposal presentation about marina flags. Now, this was a late addition, and just for the people on the commission, I did see your submission online. I have a question before you even start.
Go for it.
How did you find out about doing a submission?
A fellow staff member. I actually called Liz Lang and said, hey, I got this harebrained idea. Where do I go? And she said, Arts Commission. That's where you need to go with this.
Did you do it on a phone or did you do it on a laptop, on a computer? How'd you do it?
The harebrained idea or the plan?
Actually, yeah, how did you make the submission?
On my laptop.
Okay.
I am assuming it would have worked on a phone, but I like a bigger screen. I'm not quite that age, but
So
not quite technologically
what did you think
challenged.
of that, filling that form out in the process? And the reason, this is important for us, I want to know, because we're going through the growing stages of this. And we've only had a couple of submissions, and most of them have come from us. So having somebody from the outside hitting the button, I'd want to see, what you thought of the process so far,
It was easy to follow, easy to get through. I will be honest, I wanted to put a lot more words, and Liz was like, no, stop. They don't want them. You can come talk to them if you need to get the extra words out, because I was going to sell you hard on why I needed these banners, but making me condense it down was a little easier, actually, for your sake and mine.
Okay. With that,
Okay.
over to you.
So I am Elise Henry. I'm the current harbor master down at the Oak Harbor Marina. We are looking for ways not only to get out into the community, but to bring the community to us. And we have no art at the marina. And we're one of the few marinas around that has no art. So, hence why I'm here. We are looking to do a competition for kids, and I say kids, anyone under 18, to design a banner of what the marina means to them. We realize some kids may not even know we have a marina. So maybe that will encourage them to come down and figure out what this actually might mean to them. We're looking to do this over about 8-month process. We'll send the competition out. Top 10 banners will be selected. They will hang at the marina all winter long, because if you've ever been down there in the winter, it's gray, it's wet, and again, there's no art, so there's nothing really cheerful. We have hanging baskets in the summer when it's sun shining, and it's easy to make that place look pretty. But we need something to bring in when it's a little gray and devoid of color and fun. Well, it's fun for us, but it may not be fun for everybody else. And very basic, that's about all I have. I'm just asking for about $1,500 to get the banners. We'll do the competition, we'll do the advertising. Of course, we'd love if you would help us with advertising. I'm not gonna be upset if you help by any means, but we are just asking for the banners themselves. The idea is to reveal them at our Harvest at the Harbor celebration in September. And then we would actually do a people's choice of the top 10 as well. Goal is to put them along our main walkway, so where the public can go and see these at any time, and down at our fuel dock as well. Again, another public access point. And there's banners downtown, there's banners on Midway. Trying to connect, again, we're a little disjointed, trying to get that connection going. And I'm open for questions, comments, concerns.
Okay.
I had a couple questions.
Go, no, you can go with the questions.
So this idea of banners or flags down there has come up before.
Okay.
And I think somebody even sparked the idea that they were made from sails, from boats. And I think that there are companies that do that just to, I have not seen your submission, which means that I haven't reviewed it.
Okay.
So I would hope that we can maybe push this to our January session and make when we make the list. I love the idea, though. Thank you very much.
Of course.
So this is perfect.
Thank
And
you.
now I can tell you in person what's going to happen or how this is
Okay.
supposed to happen. Because when you hit the send button, I did get to review the proposal. And we have a grading system where we look at it like, is it visibility? How would it, the impact, feasibility, is it worth it, et cetera, et cetera. 3 stars being the best. So I could tell you that you got a lot of stars from me.
Thank
All
you.
right? But I'm the only one.
That's okay.
Nobody else here has played. So what we would, oh man, you got in there? You saw it? Okay. So we've had 2 people that have done this. And what we have to do, our next step, the work, now it comes to us. And we'll talk, we have a meeting in January that we're going to do like a strategic, we're taking all the plans that come in and we want to look at them at different phases.
Okay.
And your proposal, we'll look at it, and then we can decide there what we're going to do. So, and whether or not we're going to come, you know what, at the next meeting that we come, we want to approve everything that you've said.
Okay.
And hopefully, we'd find somebody on the commission that will work with you and talk to you. It's like, okay, here's what, like, if only we had somebody that was like involved with the school on a subcommittee or something.
I know. I mean, it's
That
not like
could,
you have that
they could help
subcommittee.
you get to the, oh, we do. So, yes, you're going to be talked about in January.
Okay.
And we'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Tracy?
Well, thank you for mentioning also in your presentation that you're going to tie it into an event that you're having, because that was the first thing that I thought of, is that it needs the strength of some kind of event to participate it with. Is this an event that I'm still newer to the area? So is this event something that is widely known about with the community, or is there also that you're hoping to extend some of the promotion of that through this project?
I would say both. So it'll be the second annual Harvest at the Harbor. It'll be the 3rd event down at the marina. We celebrated our 50th birthday last year, and that event sparked the community saying, oh my gosh, we like being down here. Why don't you invite us more? And it was, well, you're invited every day. But why don't we celebrate in the fall when it's not as busy of a boating season so the staff can really present the marina in the best way? We partnered with the whole recreation team this year to do Harvest at the Harbor, and it ends up being more of a Parks and Rec open house. Center provided crafts. Parks Department had their tractor down there, so we had the fun photo op with the marina in the background, boat tours, scavenger hunts. There were games. I mean, I believe we had probably 300 people show up. We actually ran out of some of our crafts and scavenger hunt prizes. Luckily, we had some things stashed in the back. So we are planning for even more attendance, and we're hoping this banner competition will bring additional people down, especially your winners. They can walk everybody down the dock, point at their banner, and then they can also poke everybody to say, this is mine, you need to vote for it, so they get the fun prize. But yeah, so I would answer that with both.
Thank you. And then I had one other thought.
Of course.
At the very top, you said you don't have any art down there.
No.
Maybe in future conversations, we can talk about a bigger
Would love that.
plan. Yeah.
Would love
Okay,
that.
great.
We got
with
lots
some
of open
permanent
space.
things. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
I do want to add, we do have at Catalina Park, is it Maiden in Waiting? Is that the title of our statue
But
down there?
she's not technically at the marina.
Yeah, she's not.
She's in Catalina
She's at the
Park.
water, though.
So
Yeah. True.
she is down there.
Yep,
And
okay.
trust me, we love her. But we currently don't have any art that we can call ours, if that makes sense.
Just out of a thought, the school district puts art all the way down Main Street at some point, how about inviting them to extend it down at that point too as well to get more foot traffic? I love the idea, Art, though.
I would love that. I mean, any way we can tie us in. I'm actually going to be meeting with Main Street in the new year. And the 250 theme is for next year, so it may take 250 pieces of art to make it to the marina. And that's a poke for Cheryl, because she made us say every way we could tie 250 in at the planning meeting. So.
Oh, thanks. To put a seed in Cynthia's little hat there, Chalk Fest, maybe an opportunity there to connect the two.
Elise, thank you.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Do you want to sing?
Do you want me to
Anything?
sing? Oh,
I
no,
would-
honey, that's
okay,
not.
all right.
That's not my forte. It's not
Okay.
anything anybody needs to see on YouTube.
Nobody. All right. Thank you. We'll be talking to you in January. On to item C, art sculptures and landscape maintenance update.
I will. Hello? Okay, is that? Okay. I will take that away. So on 11/18, Brian, Tracy, Carla, myself, and Richard Nash met to discuss the sculpture maintenance. We reviewed, and please, Carla and Tracy, if I get anything of this wrong, please jump in, or if I'm forgetting anything. We reviewed the intricate guide that I was able to find for the Washington State Arts Commission. And that was a 64-page document. It's a materials and fabrications handbook. So it started out with an overview of the Arts Washington introduction in their program. It had criteria for interior and exterior artwork, landscaping, water condensation management, placement, and vandalism, to just name a few of these. There was a breakdown of the acceptable materials along with fabrication and design considerations broken out by material. So an example that I was able to find was Arts Wa does not accept powder-coated mild steel for exterior environments because they have found out that the powder coating does not adhere well to the mild steel, and it starts chipping, and then it's hard to deal with. Metal, wood, ceramic, stone, plaster, terrazzo, glass, plastic, concrete, and cast stone were all covered in this handbook. I shared with them the research that I had done to date for the artwork cleaning and instructions for different mediums. We reviewed the budget, and there is currently a $5,000 allocation for maintenance. The maintenance of the art had not been a forefront thought up until this point. We spoke about the need to take maintenance into consideration when reviewing project proposals. There was a suggestion to add some questions to the art project proposal form for the artists. Some of those questions were project medium, what is the sculpture or project made of? Must be more specific than steel or stone. Project maintenance, how should the project be maintained? How frequently would it be maintained? What are acceptable cleaning products and techniques for the sculpture or the medium project that you're presenting? An approximate yearly cost to maintain the project. Life expectancy of how long they anticipate with routine maintenance that the sculpture would last for. And does the cost take into consideration ancillary things like lighting, landscape, bird spikes, some of these things that maybe we haven't been thinking about all to date? Take that all into consideration. We also spoke about possible partnerships with a high school or a local art nonprofit. We just discussed that it might be an opportunity for an art renovation class. With the different mediums, there's a lot of different techniques that you can use. So that was just a kind of a back and forth. The question was asked would now be a good time to stop the installation of new sculptures and prioritize the renovation of the existing inventory. Richard Nash actually reached out to me twice, and he reached out to Lake Oswego, I believe that is where he was reaching out to speak with them about their art maintenance schedule. He did not hear back from them the first time, and the second call, he had just heard back from them. They had something going on, and it was a short conversation. He was hoping to get back with the person that had called them to get some more information. And that's kind of the update that I have.
Brandon, thank you, Tracy and Carla, for meeting with them. The maintenance, did you consider like adopt an art, like adopt a park? Just a question.
We did not. No,
I mean, for those that just need a little soap and water, but just an idea.
We did talk about community involvement, getting people to volunteer to help clean up. It's super important, and I think it's not so great that we never really added it to our art plan. But yeah, so we have a lot of art that probably needs to be taken care of and looked after better than it has been to keep it around. But yeah, it was very informative. Thank you, Brandon, for bringing all that information to us. It's just something that we need to add into our budget. Yeah, and so the budget probably needs to be upped.
And yes, Brandon, you pretty much, I just checked my notes, you covered everything. At the end, we had a little ask, and I know I just asked a little status report. I know that you were, as a next step, going to start to put together a cost plan so that we could talk money in what it's going to take to maintain the art. And as we spoke in the meeting, too, there's different levels of care. As an example, the mermaid, as we talked about, we could leave her to patina, or we could go and bring her back to the original look. And so there's different levels of maintenance to consider. I know that that's going to be something that we will want to have as a consideration when we have our budget talks here at the Art Commission. Oh, and Richard Nash's concerns that were brought forward. This was kind of interesting that one of the main concerns that came up was that the landscaping that was chosen at that time was not conducive to the location. And so that was some of why the landscape failed, some of it.
And my military, everything is a checklist, and there's always, and everybody's got our car things where you pull it out and it's got your 5,000 mile check, your 10,000 mile check. And for the jets, it was dailies, weeklies, monthlies, yearlies, and, if we could get, and we have over 55 pieces of art, with whatever the inventory is, each one of them could have a different level that we'd have to have a check on it. And if the checklist says, you got to do it, we have to have big boys come in to fix this, But if the checklist it says, this can be done by exactly what we were talking, the kids could do this, the Kiwanis might adopt a piece, and it needs to be done. And if that was on a spreadsheet, and we could all see that, then we'd be able to turn around and say, we're due, somebody's got to pick up the ducks, and we know who's going to do it, and we can call them, et cetera, et cetera. So this would be another item that maybe somebody like you could put in an art proposal on, it could be just another project that we have to do, is maintenance. Not everything is coming up with an idea of putting flags out there. Maybe one of them that we have to do on here is generate that checklist and follow through on it. And until we have that figured out, this has to stay on every single agenda. Until we have a checklist and a process set to take care of the art we have to leave this on the agenda.
Not to get too far in the weeds, JR, but I envision that checklist would reside alongside our inventory somewhere. Okay.
And future art pieces need to have certain guidelines of the materials that will withstand the weather and time, and so that needs to be.
All right. Well, thanks for taking that on, and Richard Nash, if you're out there in the ether world, we got you. All right. So now we'll move on to 5D, January 8th, 2026 regular meeting. Instead of doing this, we want to meet as a workshop, and we want to talk about who else? Flags. That Marina lady still here? Wait, so, yeah. Okay, so we'll talk about the flag proposal. We'll talk about the checklist, and we have some other projects that are on there that are long-term, and you'll hear back from us more on that. So is everybody comfortable with January 8th for that?
I'm sorry, my question is, will we need it to be a longer meeting then?
I think it has to be a longer meeting.
Okay. I'm up for changing it.
Yep.
I'm free after 2 o'clock.
I'm available anytime.
I second that.
2:30 it is. January 8th, we'll meet at 2:30. And we're going to do it at Brian's office because he's got a whiteboard over there. Brian, you're out there, right? I see your picture. He hasn't blinked at all in that picture.
Just a constant stare right at your beautiful face. Yes, that works for us.
Is he giving me the? No. Okay. All right, 2:30, Brian's office, January 8th. Then we move on to 5E. This was another item that came up that Richard brought up, and we weren't aware of this, or maybe Therese might have been aware about it. A sister city of Dublin being with the Angel of Creativity. And I just noticed that there's something in the packet on that. To be honest, I haven't had a chance to read that at all. So Liz, I don't know, do you?
Yes, I would be happy to just kind of give you an overview. This is something that I just quickly put together to kind of give you guys an idea of what it would look like to move forward with becoming a sister city with Dublin. So in the document that was provided in the packet, it just briefly goes over some steps for a process to becoming a sister city, and it says that usually you're doing this because your community has a strong mutual interest with a foreign city to form a local support group, right? And so part of this process, it's gauging local interest, identifying the potential partners, forming a sponsor organization. Several of the examples showed that there would be a nonprofit involved that would kind of carry those duties and be that connector for the city. Getting an official city approval, right? You've got your partnerships in the community in place, your reasons, your whys, your hows, and then you take it to city council. They would vote to approve it. We would establish mutual agreement, have these conversations with Dublin as well. And then, the agreements are signed and you start exchanging the ideas, the education, the business, whatever those focus are. So key factors for success: mutual interest. Is this something they're interested in as well? Community involvement. Is it more than just one or two people that want this? Is this really, something that the community is going to get behind and utilize this? And what is the defined purpose? And I think that that's really going to be a key discussion for you this evening, is what would be the true purpose of this, other than, hey guys, we've got matching statues donated to us, we're friends, right? Like what would the purpose of the outcome be? So just for some information, Dublin's current sister cities are listed there. So they do have several sister cities, but it looks like just one in the US, San Jose, is their sister city, and it looks like what they do, it's been a sister city since 1986. They use it for a strong cultural exchange through Irish Week celebrations, right? Then I was, just trying to think, is there anything else that would make Dublin a good match or a reason to be a sister city beyond that we have at the shared Sebastian statues, right? And something that I learned more about was that Oak Harbor, Washington, and Dublin, Ireland, we share a strong historical connection through our early Irish settlers who founded Oak Harbor, bringing farming skills, culture, leading to similar green landscapes, maritime feel, and even Irish-themed businesses, right? So there are some connections there, and then somebody reminded me of the Blarney Stone that is here as well. So there are kind of these few connecting pieces that this might be able to grow from. But there's some key similarities listed there between Oak Harbor, Washington, and Dublin, Ireland, including our Irish roots, our maritime landscape, cultural presence, farming and fishing heritage. And then this document just shows, too, what the connection with the sculptures are, right? So Dublin has the sculpture awaiting the mariner, which is pictured there. And they also have a second one, it looks like, at the Trinity College as well. So they have two. So there are other cities with Sebastian sculptures. So if that's kind of the reason we're, wanting to do this, then maybe you would want to consider some of these other cities instead of just going to Dublin. But I've listed those out here. Some of his other sculptures are found in cities like Buenos Aires, Havana. There's other options, right? But I know that what was brought up and submitted for an idea was Dublin. So some questions to consider, and not saying that we need to discuss these tonight, but I think this is the kind of next steps in the commission deciding what the next steps would be. What would be the purpose of the sister city request? Does becoming a sister city with Dublin fulfill or support the priority goals or purpose of the City of Oak Harbor Arts Commission, which from the city website says the Arts Commission serves to foster creative arts, including all forms of visual and performing arts within Oak Harbor. So how would becoming a sister city help to that end, right? What group will keep it going and use it so that it's more than just an agreement signed by the mayor, right? And what will be the impact of being a sister city with Dublin, both for them and for the City of Oak Harbor? And then where on the list of priorities does this project line up with current projects? And so, these I think will be things for you to think about and discuss at the workshop. But I just kind of wanted to put that together to take this one step further from the idea that was brought forward for you to consider.
This is cool. Thank you. Somebody go.
I think I do remember this from the last meeting, and I remember mentioning reaching out to the Whidbey Island Irish Society. Suze Kanopik, she's was the president of that. She usually runs the parade downtown, so that they might be a non-for-profit that might be interested in keeping it going. I know that she had something to do with the Blarney Stone as well.
Can you tell me the name of the group one more time?
I think it's the Whidbey Island Irish Society.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm pretty sure they have a Facebook too.
Okay, make sure I think we need to talk about this in January. And we can hash around this a little more. I like the idea. Got the same statue as us. Me too, yeah. Plus it's Mariner. So, okay. Thanks, Liz. And the next one is another one that Richard brought up to us, and it was kind of like, oh man, volunteer recognition, all these people that are doing all these great things that we forget to say thank you. You got to sing if you're going to play the music. No, okay. So I don't know where to talk on that one.
Yep, so I don't have anything written up, but what I would like you all to consider and think about is, I think, it would be something that we could definitely help do. It's something that at the center in Oak Harbor, we have a lot of volunteers that help with recreation program, and we do have a really great volunteer appreciation schedule that we do for them, right? We try to do something quarterly, whether that's a get-together, a note, a little thank you card, whatever it is, right? And so I think that that's something that we can definitely work with the Art Commission to build out.
Excuse me, I just want to say, Max, he came in late from the, you're not going. You have to come up, introduce yourself at the podium.
Hello, my name is Max De La Cruz. I'm a 9th grader at Oak Harbor High School, and I'm a participant of the Whidbey Royalty Scholarship Competition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're dismissed. Sorry, and thank you.
So I think that the next step would be identifying the groups, the volunteers that you're wanting to recognize, and maybe it's something that we're tracking throughout the year, and then once a year we're doing a thank you. Does that look like inviting them out to a barbecue at the park? Is that a letter from the mayor signed saying, wow, we see what you're doing for the community and we appreciate it? Is it a cool t-shirt? Is it a mug? Something like that. So there are ways that we can recognize volunteers, and we'll just want to identify who the volunteers are throughout the year that we want to recognize and how we want to do it.
Okay. Awesome. Has to be done. Thanks again. If everybody's happy, we'll move on to item G, which is subcommittee updates. Yes. Which one? We have the outreach?
Yes.
Do you have something?
Outreach. We did meet with Maggie. She helped prepare a couple of handouts for the presentations JR mentioned earlier that were accomplished. So again, we did get in front of Main Street, and we were also invited by way of collaborating with the Oak Harbor Music Festival hat and the Oak Harbor Creative Arts Foundation hat to participate in an invitation to the arts teachers within our school district last week. They were having a meeting, and so it was invited that they could stay afterwards. So we enticed them with some free sandwiches.
Provided by the Lotus Tea Bar.
And we had an opportunity to present the plan, and Maggie and JR put together a new slideshow for them. So just to cultivate that partnership and spark ideas from the teachers too. That was great.
And again, as I'm staring at Brian's face, the thing that just cried out after we talked to everybody was we had to have we needed to form a subcommittee with the school because we already have a student rep and having that. And then yesterday, after meeting with Main Street, we're like, we've got ties. We should have a subcommittee for that. And then we now need to have a subcommittee to talk with the Creative Arts Foundation, and you got that. So it's just so that we could have ideas of all these different networks that we've formed as what do we need out of this? I don't know. But everything is a seed, and until we find our way, it's like, let's keep talking. We got to keep all the communication lines open. And with that, we'll move to Parks and Recreation Director update.
I'll turn it over to Brandon to talk about the Kid and Brew collection installations.
Do I got a quick update for the Kid and Brew collection? We signed a contract with Valdez Construction for $30,600, and we will be scheduling a pre-construction meeting with them soon to discuss installation in the new year. We're hoping weather allows us to do it as fast as we can. But yeah, that's on our schedule, so we're going to be meeting with Valdez here shortly. And just to clarify, the Valdez contract is for both the Three Totems and the Gate of Inspiration. It is both statues.
And JR, this is probably for a future item, but we'll probably want to talk about a ribbon cutting or something with the completion of all the installations of the Kindenbrug collection, doing a highlight of that for the community and talking about that process and maybe a little bit of an art walk out of that, something like that.
Absolutely. Okay. Hey, we're moving right along. Oh, man, and Rowan left. Okay. There's the Park and Recs. Let's go around for member, Chris. What? We're going around member comments. Councilmember Wigenstein.
It was great meeting. I love the idea of the recognition of volunteers, how that looks. I think our biggest event in the year is the Music Fest, so maybe we could get some stage time to present the Volunteer of the Year or whatever as part of that process or something. I don't know. We might know some people at the Music Fest. You just have to ask them.
Keep on going right down. Tracy.
First, I wanted to make sure that Brian was complete with everything from his report.
Oh, did I jump the gun?
I don't know.
No, you're good. I don't have anything else. I think we mentioned last time about the wearable art show, artists, call for artists, opening May 16th. Is that right, Liz?
Correct. We're accepting applications now.
That's all for us.
Okay. Couple things. So Liz has worked really hard on a process that we're forging through the unknown on how to take the art proposals and review them as a group, and then how to process that forward. And I'll just say, I just found where you added that highlighted. If you hover over the PDF and you can click right to where our survey is for the proposal, I think that was fantastic. The only concern I have for the future is as we scale up and there's a higher volume coming through, right now there's a lot of hands-on for you. Is there maybe a way we can start looking at some kind of automation?
I think that's definitely something to keep an eye on and consider. It is actually pretty simple. It doesn't take much time right now because it's SurveyMonkey and it's the same. The rating is the same. It's a save as, it's a change the name, it's the update the form. But yes, there's steps involved that have to be done. And the future of AI is here. So yes, one day people will just think it and it'll appear in front of you and you'll rate it. But there are some steps between now and then. And yes, I think we'll just watch for ways to be able to automate it even more than it is now. But really what that would look like would be someone would fill out a form. The form would turn into some kind of rating survey mechanism for you all and tracking. And it's not something that I'm currently aware that we as city employees have access to, something like that. But we'll continue to utilize the tools as we get them and look for additional opportunities too. But right now this is pretty streamlined and SurveyMonkey is a pretty robust reporting tool that you can then easily, even if you get to hundreds of these, go in and category them and look back and, see them. So I think so far so good as on this end. And I do want to recognize that some of you might not still have been able to access them. Tracy, I got your email that, hey, this didn't work, and then you did, so I was glad. But each one of you, if you have not been able to access it, or if you click it and it says you don't have access, please let me know. I've gone in and given everybody permissions, but that doesn't always mean that's what happens. So just reach out to me and let me know so I can make sure that you are being able to access them.
Thank you for all that work.
Valerie.
Thank you so much, Liz.
Oh,
for
wait a
all
minute,
that.
never mind.
Oh, sorry, what? What?
I didn't know.
Never mind.
Back to Tracy, okay.
So the next is, I was wondering, because we're going to be taking a next step with some of these art proposals to go out for an RFP, as it were, or a art call for artists. Do we have a roster of artists that we can actually go out?
We don't, but ArtsWA has a database. We can promote their database on our website. And there's certainly directories available on Whidbey Island that sort by category, by art or artist. But artists that are working artists typically know where to look for those RFPs or call to artists. And it would be Sandra that would help us in procurement with that process.
Okay, thank you. And then I just want to recognize Carla's service. This is her last meeting. It's also Teresa Kingsbury's last meeting as well, but she's not able to join us, so. So thank you, Carla. You've been fantastic to work with.
Because we're going to go around this way, because then we end up with Carla at the end.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for a good meeting. I am looking forward to the Sister City thing, though, because that is pretty cool. We do have a lot of Irish ties here in the community. And other than that, thank you, guys. Sorry I was a few minutes late.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is amazing. Thank you for having me, of course. Love the art project proposal thing, portal. It's a lot of A's and P's in there. Look forward to utilizing that and spreading the word so more people in our community know that it's a thing. We met some people at the school that didn't know about it, so we kind of had to steer them in the right direction, which is great. As an Oak Harbor native, born and raised here, I love to be a part of like what's going on in the movement forward, and as still considering myself a youth, thank you. That I'm glad our youth, thank you for you being here too, have something that they can do rather than being out doing things they have no business doing, for lack of a better phrase. So yeah, thank you all, and I love to be a part of this movement.
And just because you guys sat through all this, and for the 5s and 8s of people that are going to watch this, on TV, what happens when somebody hits send? So when Elise hit her proposal and she said what it is, it goes to Liz as staff, and then we get a copy of that, and then we hover above that and we can go ahead and rate it, and then it gets twisted back in to like a spreadsheet so that we can start tracking at this, and then we will make decisions on some of these things. We will meet twice a year where we'll look at all our projects, and we will decide on a project that is going to be long-term, or we will decide on a project that is looking for $1,500 right now. We might be able to say right there at our next meeting, we will take this up for a vote to give them money, or we can assign somebody to help them find an artist or whatever. So we can track where we're going to go on that. So because you guys sat through all that, you needed to know what it was. All right, and that's all I have. Go.
Thank you, staff, again, for all the time you give attention you give our requests here in the art world. But most importantly, I really want to acknowledge Teresa Kingsbury and Carla Friend for the years of dedication that they have for the arts and the benefits of the arts to our city. They they suffered some tough times watching paint dry around here and not seeing things get done as quickly as we had all liked to see them happen. But Carla, thank you very much.
And I'm going to say many, many thanks to the staff for doing all the heavy lifting for us. I mean, you guys support us so much. It's unbelievable. And thank you for people presenting wonderful art ideas to us. Keep them coming. Well, they'll take care of it for you. And I'm happy to have spent some time here on the Art Commission.
Wait, now we got to entertain a motion to adjourn. What determination of future agenda items, because we're not meeting until February on an official meeting, we can figure that out later.
I would like to make a motion that we adjourn.
I second.
Do it. Adjourn.
We didn't